FAQ: The Bible of the Adversary. What is the core philosophy of Luciferianism as presented in The Bible of the Adversary? Luciferianism, as depicted in Michael W. Ford's The Bible of the Adversary, is fundamentally a path of self-deification, individual liberation, and the pursuit of wisdom and power through self-exploration. It rejects traditional monotheistic concepts of worship and external authority, emphasizing that all power, divinity, and understanding reside within the individual. Lucifer serves as a multifaceted archetype, symbolizing rebellion with purpose, balance between light and darkness, and the continuous evolution of the self. This path encourages the exploration of both demonic, instinctual, primal, and angelic, intelligent, conscious, aspects of the self, integrating them to achieve a powerful and balanced existence in both the spiritual and material realms. How does Luciferianism differentiate itself from Christian Satanism and traditional worship? Luciferianism explicitly distinguishes itself from Christian Satanism by rejecting the Christian framework of Satan as an evil adversary to an all-good God. Luciferians do not worship Satan in a subservient manner, nor do they bow before any external deity. Instead, Satan or Lucifer is understood as a title or archetype representing the spirit of opposition, self-liberation, and individual empowerment, existing long before Christianity. The focus is on self-deification, becoming one's own god, rather than serving a divine entity. This also contrasts with traditional worship, as Luciferianism views blind faith and external supplication as self-degrading and weakening. The emphasis is on personal experience, validation of results, and the development of inner strength and wisdom. What is the significance of the adversary and its various deific masks in Luciferian ideology? The adversary is a transcultural archetype representing the empowering rebel, the spirit that stands against oppressive or slave-creating religions. This archetype manifests in various deific masks across different cultures, such as Samael, angel of lawlessness, Ahriman, sorceress god of darkness, Lilith, fiery bride of Samael, embodying instinctual power, and historical figures like Cain, the first initiated Luciferian. These masks are not worshipped as external gods but are seen as symbolic energies or aspects of the individual's character, including subconscious and latent powers. The Luciferian chooses to work with these masks based on personal affinity and instinct, integrating their qualities to achieve self-development and personal godhood. The adversary is always recognized as an internal force, whether approached from a theistic, believing in an external force, discovered within, or atheistic, believing only in the self, perspective. What is magic in the Luciferian context, and how is it practiced? In Luciferianism, magic is defined as the art of causing change internally and externally in accordance with the will. It is viewed as both a science and an art, primarily serving the purpose of self-transformation and ascension to a divine consciousness. Magic aims to improve and assist the Luciferian spiritual and material development. Practices can range from ceremonial rituals utilizing specific tools, sigils, and invocations, e.g., Luciferian magic for transformation, Therianic sorcery for exploring beast-like aspects, Utuki sorcery for primal workings and compelling desires, to silent focus rites and meditations. The core principle is ensorcelling belief, using inspiration to activate the subconscious and manifest desired changes in the self and the world. Control of the mind, breath, and emotions is paramount, as is the rejection of blind faith in favor of validated personal experience. What is the role of Lilith and the feminine archetype in Luciferianism? Lilith is a highly significant figure in Luciferianism, representing the wisdom and instinctual power of both women and men. She is portrayed as the fiery bride of Samael, embodying independence, freedom of spirit, sexual liberation, and the thirst for continued existence in time and immortality of the spirit beyond flesh. Lilith represents the darkness surrounding the light of godhood and is seen as the motivator of all life. Her role highlights the importance of instinctual depth, primal emotions, and the balanced integration of the feminine aspect alongside the masculine within the individual. Rituals dedicated to Lilith often involve working with sexual fluids as offerings to beget other Lilitu, sexual demons or servitors, symbolizing the creation of spiritual energies from desire and the transformation of consciousness. What is the black flame and Luciferian gnosis? The black flame is a central symbol in Luciferianism, representing individual consciousness, the vitality and passion of the spirit, and the motivator of being. It signifies the union of the higher and lower intellect, the life-giving fire touched by Ahriman, Lucifer, that allows darkness and smoke to strengthen life. Luciferian gnosis refers to the awakened state of mind and spirit, achieved through self-exploration and determination. It is an altered state of consciousness, a direct communication with the subconscious mind, leading to spiritual connection and deep insight. Gnosis allows the practitioner to bridge the gap between their intellect and intuition, fueling creativity, self-determination, and a profound understanding of the self as a divine entity. How does Luciferianism view concepts like good and evil and the nature of the universe? Luciferianism rejects the conventional dualistic black and white symbolism of good and evil often found in monotheistic religions. Instead, it posits that evil to them is what they cannot understand, and that true evil is from within. It emphasizes balance, asserting that light and darkness are equally important to the mental and physical health of individual. The universe is seen as having been created from darkness, which is considered the source of life and the essence of creation. It is the beginning and end. The Luciferian embraces both the beautiful and terrible aspects of existence, seeking wisdom from all experiences and defining their own moral compass in an individual manner. This path acknowledges and integrates aspects often repressed or demonized by other faiths, viewing them as vital for growth and power. What are the Luciferian laws and their practical application for the individual? The Luciferian laws are a set of principles guiding the individual's path to self-mastery and empowerment. Key laws include: inner power, all power comes from within, bow to no other. Will is center, the mind is the center of will, guiding all decisions. Cunning mind, calculate every situation, using thought and strategy beyond mere strength. Consequence of action, understand that thoughts, words, and actions lead to specific outcomes. Serpent is wisdom, the serpent symbolizes wisdom, cunning, and the primal darkness from which creation emerges. Discretion, intentions should not always be made known, use cunning to navigate social dynamics. Human nature, recognize that people act based on environment and self-preservation, be prepared for betrayal but do not let it hinder relations. Self-godhood, nurture the ego, embrace beauty as subjective creation, and rejoice in the ability to create. Continuous learning, be willing to learn from experience and acknowledge when wrong. Magic as tools, use magic and sorcery to expand influence, knowledge, and power. Cautious forgiveness, be wary of forgiving enemies too easily, maintain awareness of their nature. Selfless kindness, perform kind deeds without expectation of return. Ruthlessness against enemies, when an enemy is made, be ruthless, strategic, and decisive in action. These laws promote self-accountability, strategic thinking, emotional control, and a balanced approach to both internal and external challenges, aiming for continuous self-development and mastery over one's destiny.